Hi everybody, it's Boogie and Mama. Thanks for joining us for Boogie's first Q&A. This is our first one, so if it gets bumpy, bear with us. First of all, I want to thank all of you who follow Boogie on Facebook, Instagram, and here on YouTube. We never expected that this little nugget would touch so many people, and we feel very grateful for your friendship. We also take our job very seriously here at Boogie Corp. First, of giving Boogie all the loves. And second, to share with you equal parts joy, cuteness, education, and advocacy. And that's why we decided to do this Q&A today, because we get a lot of questions every day, and we thought it would be more fun if you could hear from Boogie himself rather than my typed messages. So let's get Boogie a treat though to get him started. I have his favorite treats stashed under here, which is broccoli. Do you want this treaty? There you go. He'll eat the whole thing. He loves all foods. Here, let's see. He loves all foods, especially fruits and veggies. Okay, so for those who don't know us yet, my name is Alicia, but everyone calls me Mama, and this is Boogie Shoes. Hello, say hello. Boogie was adopted into our family in 2015, and he completed our pack. We now have 4 rescued Chihuahuas, including him. Boogie is a special needs pet or a handy-capable pet because he has a neurological disorder called cerebellar hypoplasia, or CH for short. So CH is a neurological disorder that challenges his motor skills. So he wobbles all the time, and he has a hard time keeping his balance, and things like eating or playing, things that other dogs can do easily, is harder for him, but not impossible. When we first met him and were watching him wobble and struggle for balance, we said it looked like he was dancing, so we named him Little Boogie Shoes. In case you don't know, CH, or cerebellar hypoplasia, is caused by poisoning or trauma in the womb, and it results in the cerebellar not developing fully. There is no cure per se for CH. You can't make their brain grow up to normal size, so you have to make accommodations for them, and pets with CH can live totally normal, happy lives. And Boogie, I think, is a good example of living his very best life. And we do make some accommodations. He has special areas that he can play in that are safe and soft, and we do have a wheelchair for him that is really just for strengthening, and we'll talk about that in a little bit because I know there were some questions about the wheelchair, but he does not use a wheelchair full time, and it's not necessarily required for all CH pets, especially him. The last thing before we get to our Q&A, I just want to say, it's important to know that there are a lot of reasons why pets can be wobbly. So just because a pet is wobbly doesn't mean they have CH. There are a lot of neurological disorders out there that need a vet's attention. So if you have a wobbly pet, or you come across a wobbly pet that doesn't have an owner, take them to the vet. Don't wait, because it could be a multitude of things. Okay, so let's get started. We received a lot of submissions, and we tried to narrow it down to, so we wouldn't keep you guys for 3 hours. So if you don't hear your question, don't be discouraged, because I know we'll do another one of these in a month or so. We'll aim for a month, but we'll see. Okay, so let's go. And I have my notes right here, so I'm going to be referring to those so I can watch Boogie, because as you can see, he's feisty. Okay, the first question is, where did you come from, and how did you get your name? Okay, some of you know this story too. So in August of 2015, I was working at the animal shelter and they told me someone had brought a little baby Chihuahua in and they needed a foster. And so I met Boogie. And at the time, his name was Peanut and he only weighed about 12 ounces and he was so wobbly. And so because he was a puppy, he needed a foster. He couldn't be in the shelter because when they're that young, it's just not very safe for them. So I, of course, said yes. And I took this little wobbly dude home, and that was the beginning of Boogie being with our family. Okay, here's a question from Michelle. My question for you is, what is your favorite activity that you truly enjoy the most? Eating. Here. Eating. Anything. Loves all food. Veggies, fruit, meat, you name it. He wants to eat it. Okay, here's a good one from Andrea. Why does Boogie's tongue hang out? It's adorable and I want to know. Well, we don't have any scientific reason why his tongue hangs out, but I think it's because it's just too big for his mouth. Okay, here's one about his wheelchair. This is from Catherine, and I'm gonna hold this up so I can read her whole question. This is from Catherine. I was wondering about the contraption you use to help strengthen your legs. I noticed we don't see pics of you in it very often. Is this due to you not liking it, or are you limited to the amount of time you can be in it, and has it helped? That's a great question, and the short answer is Boogie does not like it. We use it very sparingly. It's very heavy, despite trying to communicate to the manufacturer that he is extremely light. Boogie only weighs 2.2 pounds, and the wheelchair weighs about 3 pounds. So we've made a few modifications to it to lighten it up, but unfortunately we can only use it in little bursts. So we try to make sure that he gets ample time in the wheelchair throughout the week, just to work on strengthening his body and giving him an opportunity to walk upright and balanced. Okay, here's another one. What are the fabric bands that I see you and your siblings wearing around your abdomen? You're talking about belly bands. Those are to protect Mama's carpets because we have 3 boy dogs and 1 girl dog, and the boy dogs like to sprinkle their tinkle everywhere. So if you have a tinkler, I highly recommend getting some belly bands. So cute, so cute. Okay, this was the most popular question. Where do you get all of his adorable shirts? Well, everywhere is the short answer. The long answer is dressy items and things like this bow tie came from our friends at Spoiled Dog Designs. We get a lot of hand-me-downs from our friends, like the wax therapist. If you're on Instagram, you should follow her page. She is a Chihuahua and a Pommy Mommy, and she sent us a lot of clothes, and a lot of his shirts are gifts, and I also just pick up anything I see because it's very difficult to find something that's actually his size. So if I see something tiny, I grab it. So Petco, PetSmart, even Marshalls and TJ Maxx sometimes have pet clothes. So they're out there, you just have to look, and I'm just used to looking. Is there an address where we can send gifts to Boogie? There is. Boogie has his own mailbox, and I will put the address on the screen right now and also at the end. Thanks for asking. And it is a P.O. box, so we don't check it every day, but we do try to check it throughout the week. This one says it's from Bailey, Callie, Jasmine, and Lily. How do you deal with all the fame and publicity being such a high-profile international pup star? Boogie, are you a high-profile international pup star? I didn't know that. How do you deal with it? How do you deal with the fames? This is how he deals with the fame. He doesn't know. And on our side, we really just do what we can to share Boogie with everyone. Like I said, we never expected Boogie to touch so many people through his social media channels, and we just never expected. He brought so much love to us, and so we decided to share him, just to share the love, and we didn't expect him to get as popular as he is. But we do make sure that we don't overdo it with Boogie. And what that means is he can't do a lot of events and meet and greets. Everything like that has to be pretty spread out because he is very fragile. He's not a hardy dog, so it's not good for him to be out and about and interacting all the time and having to, perform per se. So we keep him home in his cozy little bed as much as possible. Question from Sandy and Velvet Davenport. They are our Facebook friends. Hello. What time do you get up every day? What do you eat? And how much do you love your mom and dad? Boogie is the last one to get up at our house. We wake up at about 5 o'clock. Boogie wakes up at about 6:30 a.m. So we have to wait on him, or we have to wake him up if we need to start our day. What does Boogie eat? For his breakfast and dinner, he eats Stella and Chewy's freeze-dried raw. And in between that, we eat things like the broccoli and the treats and sweet potatoes and just anything healthy that he'll eat, I give him. And then, how much do you love your mom and dad? I hope it's a lot. Is it a lot? Can I have a kissy? Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kissy? No kissies. Okay. Oh, okay, this is a great question. Due to your cerebellar hypoplasia, do you need to take any medicine or vitamins? And also, does the weather have any effect on your joints? No medication and no vitamins are required for Boogie. He does not have seizures. He does not have any other internal health problems at this time. Just his disability. He's just wobbly. Does the weather affect his joints? I think it affects all of the dogs, all their joints. He doesn't necessarily have any outward pain that we're aware of, but when it's cold or rainy, he definitely stays tucked in the bed. Here's another one from Shelly. Do you sleep with your parents or with your brothers and sisters? Where do you sleep? Where do you sleep? Where do you sleep? Boogie sleeps with mommy and daddy and his brothers and sisters. 2 of them have to sleep in their own beds on the floor, and 1 of them also sleeps with us. So we have 2 beds, 2 dogs in our bed every night. This one is from Greg. Oh, this has got a few questions. So number 1, where is your favorite place to travel? Anywhere with mama. Do you have a girlfriend? No. Do you like to ride in the car? Oh yeah, I love it. He actually just sleeps, but he doesn't have any problems riding in the car. If you could have one wish come true, what would it be? I know that one. It would be for there to be no more homeless pets, no more neglected pets, no more abused pets, and for every pet to have a home and every home to have a pet. Oh, Janine, this is a good question. This is from Janine. Do you ever go to schools to show children how being different isn't bad? Yes, we do. In the summertime, we participate in a kids camp hosted by Animal Samaritans, a local animal welfare organization here in our valley, and we go to critter camp. And so we talk to the kids about being different. We talk to the kids about being kind to animals. It's a really fun experience for us, and the kids really love it. So stay tuned because we're doing it again this summer. And what are you doing? You need to turn around. You need to turn around. Want some water? Yeah, I need some water. Thank you. Okay, water break. Thank you. It's very sweet. You feel better? You feel better? Okay. How does your mommy get you to eat veggies? I just get them out. He eats everything. What is your favorite treat? All foods. Thank you. Okay, this is from Patricia and Captain. Would you mind sharing with me more about your favorite toys and treats and anything you love? Favorite toys, he doesn't really have any. He loves getting toys and getting new toys and playing with them for a little bit, and then he just never touches them again. Favorite treats, all food. This is a good one. It says, I teach the 4th grade and I wondered, what do you do when you come across a tough problem in front of you? I know what you do. You try your hardest to figure it out, and then if you can't, you ask for help. Okay, this is from PW. I would like to know how you stay so healthy looking. Well, thank you. Boogie is very proud of his healthy physique. We attribute that to a nice, healthy diet and getting lots of exercise. And lots of snuggles and belly rubs and baths to keep you clean from the inside out. Okay, here's some questions for Mama. Sorry, Boogie, people are asking me some questions. So the first question is, does Mama count Boogie's walking around as exercise? And secondly, I notice when Boogie eats, he still jerks. Is this why he's so skinny? Well, this question is from Diana. You get back in your area. This question's from Diana, and it's a great question. Yes, I count Boogie's walking around as exercise because it is difficult for him. He would prefer not to walk. He would prefer to just go pee-pee and get back in my lap, but I make sure to take a stroll, so he has to follow me. And so we make sure he stays busy that way. And then the jerking when he's eating, some days are worse than others, but that's not why he's so skinny. Because he does eat a lot. He's just a tiny guy. He's only 2.2 pounds, 2.4 on a fat day, and that's just his frame. Okay, this one's from Carrie. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. This one is from Carrie. How hard was it to deal with his condition? It wasn't. It was actually a blessing to find out what it was, because when we met him at the shelter and he was wobbly and 12 ounces and 7 weeks old, we weren't sure what his deal was, and we weren't sure if he was going to make it. So when we finally got to the neurologist and they told us it was cerebellar hyperplasia, not life-threatening, just going to be wobbly, just have to make accommodations, that was a big relief. Like, we can do that. So it wasn't hard at all. It was actually a big relief. This is from Carol. What is your family's history with rescue? How did your mom get interested and involved in rescue? Oh, that's a good question. So I come from a house where my mom loves animals. She is a horse person, so we grew up with a lot of horses and dogs. But I really dove into rescue after I adopted our first Chihuahua named Bruno. I was looking online to find a dog to adopt, and I kept coming across all these articles about puppy mills and bad breeders, and the most frightening thing was that Chihuahuas were the second most euthanized breed in our shelters here in California. And so that sort of flipped the switch, and I thought, well, I'm most definitely gonna rescue a Chihuahua now. And then I met Bruno, and it just went off from there. From adopting him, I dove right in, and I started volunteering and getting more and more involved, and cut to today, and we have 4 cute little babies. Do you want some? Okay, Richard, are you planning on having a little Boogie Shoes? No. Boogie is neutered. No baby boogies. Okay, this is from our friend Lisa Marie, who also sent us some really great artwork. She asks, sometimes do you find it difficult having a celebrity in the family with special needs, 3 other pets, and a busy schedule? Well, it's busy around here, but we just have to make it work. And I wouldn't say it's difficult, but it is just busy. There's a lot of care that goes into taking care of Boogie and his siblings. And then you add in, you know, your full-time job and things like that. And it takes up your whole day. No, there's no doubt about it. Okay, so this is a cute question that I think is perfect to close out our Q&A. And this is from our Instagram friend, Rico. Hold on. I know what you want. Okay, come here, turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Okay, so here's our last question from our Instagram friend, Rico. Rico asks, your ears are so big. Do your ears fold down when you sleep? They don't. They stay just like this while he sleeps. So if your dog's ears fold down, let us know, because that's gotta be super cute, but that doesn't happen. And actually it doesn't happen with any of our dogs. They all sleep with their ears straight up. Thanks for joining us for Boogie's first Q&A. We hope you liked it. And if you have some more questions for us or your question didn't get answered this time, please send it to our email at littleboogieshoes@gmail.com, and we'll be sure to get to it on our next Q&A. In the meantime, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and here on YouTube, and we will see you soon. Say bye. Bye. Bye, friends.